What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFS University. This is a special edition show. The good people at Jasco have given us 3 characters to spoil. I'm sure you guys saw, and some of you recorded one version of, the spoiler cast for the Commons. Well, Jasco went ahead and gave us the full support for 3 characters. And so this video, as you saw in the title, is going to be all about Kilik. Jake, can you give me your first impressions on Kilik?
1 second, start with Travis.
Travis, can you give me your first impression on Kilik?
So to me, this character is probably the most combo-heavy character in the set. So like he can just blow you out of the water on turn 2 because of what he does.
Which is crazy because he's a 5-hander, right?
Yeah.
That's very aggressive for being a 5-hander.
Yep.
That's all I've seen too. Okay. Is Kilik is just gonna dumpster people.
Yeah, he's gonna combo the shit out of you on turn 2.
I think Kilik is a man.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a 5. Okay, I'm sick of calling him a 5-hander because this guy is a 6-hander as long as you draw 2 attacks.
Yeah, totally.
So you got to play 1 for free, and then you just respond, or it's after it resolves, you reveal a different attack and add 1 back.
Yep. And we can play even more attacks with his action.
Yep.
So for my Bloodlust, it is a 4/5. 4 difficulty 5 check with a 1 high block. It's got the Fury keyword. It says response : after your safe or weapon attack resolves, add it to your hand and lose vitality equal to its printed difficulty. Your next attack gets -2 difficulty and +2 damage.
This card is actually just nuts.
This card is my favorite.
Yeah, this card's very, very good, especially with Kilik being able to be like, enhance, my next attack is -2 or -2 difficulty. It's kind of like a unique not over yet.
Yeah.
It's like a different version of that card. Not over yet. It's like a 2/5 that gets to draw you cards sometimes and gives your attack 2/2. This thing says, hey, next one's -2. You get to reuse this as opposed to not over yet having to have another card.
I just want to confirm something quick. Scorch Wheel is a weapon, correct?
It is ranged, actually.
I thought it was
Ranged.
just ranged.
Ranged is
Just
the only
ranged.
keyword on this card. On that card.
Dang.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be neat?
But this card is an uncommon, by the way.
It is an uncommon.
Yeah, absolutely. I think some of the coolest things you can do with this card is find anything that combos with a high block. Because this card has a 1 high block for almost no reason. Is this a card that you see in as a 4 of?
I can see it as a 4 if that's what you're basing. Like,
Yeah, if you're like a
it could be
combo
like
heavy deck.
an exact combo that works with your deck. Like,
Okay.
Like the thing I've thought of for like Spike 2 is you just like play Devastator Cannon, respond with this, do cool stuff like that. But if you're not, I think it'd be really cool. It's like an attack. I mean, it's a 4-diff attack with a 5 check. That's what this card is.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of Snake Man's old action that said you could play it as a form, and then you get to play one of your attacks from your momentum as a form, ignoring progressive difficulty.
He says talking to your mic.
I am talking to my...
I will, Tyler. Don't worry.
All right.
Well, good job, Travis.
Thank you.
Damn it, Jake. No, I absolutely love this action. I think being able to recur out of your card pool, like this card plus Kilik means that if you have 2 attacks, you're just going to be playing these same 2 attacks over and over and over and over and over, which we're going to get to his attacks. But first, we've got his asset. Kaliyuga?
Kaliyuga.
Kaliyuga. It's a 3/6 with a 2 mid block, unique weapon. Enhance commit. If you have 6 or fewer foundations, add 1 safe or weapon attack from your card pool to your hand. Respond commit : after one of your foundations leaves your staging area or is committed due to your opponent's effects, your opponent adds 1 foundation to their card pool.
This card is nuts as well.
This card's very good. Yep.
This is what an asset needs to be.
Yes, absolutely.
It's actually playable.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of assets.
Every asset that I've seen so far, the 3 that we got, and then at time of recording, we've only seen Maxi's full support. Every asset's playable. Every single one.
Yep.
Every single one you can play at least one of and not feel bad about opening it on turn 2 or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
This card says if you open it on turn 2, you just have extra attacks. And you can't be debuilt.
Even on turn 1, this card's good.
This card also says that like breaker 1 for the rest of the turn if your opponent stuns you at all.
Man, this card is nuts in Raiden too.
Oh, wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. We're gonna get into more support, and we've seen support from from Maxi due to the Gal treatment. Rockford CCG, go out, look them up on YouTube. There's a lot of if stunned punish my opponent, or if
A
stunned,
lot.
massive success.
They're answering missile launcher.
Yes, they
with
are.
this
Thank
set.
God.
This set is an answer to missile launcher
Yeah.
being a monster in the game.
Which we could talk about on a separate study hall. But like, this card is just Maxi, right? Or not Maxi. Sorry, this card is just Kilik.
Yep. Enhance for Kilik's add back.
And so not only do we have Kilik to add cards back, we've got his action to add card back. We've got this attack or this asset to add cards back. He's gonna smack you if you didn't have a block for one of them. You don't have a block for all four of
If you thought
them.
he was a 5-hander, you were wrong.
Yeah.
This guy is like an 8-hander.
Absolutely.
With attack cards.
Absolutely.
Does Electric Fly have safe?
No.
Oof.
It is charge and something else.
Because that would have been nuts with Electric Fly and Raiden.
The next card that we had is Dirty Bow, and we talked a little bit about this on our
I didn't.
spoiler cast. Jake, what are your opinions then? Give me real quick synopsis.
This card's insane. It's a 5/3, 1 low block with breaker 2. I mean, that alone is good enough to play in a deck. Because it has 4 low 6, like it does 6 damage. But as well as your next card, next attack is just free and gains damage. And you destroy a foundation, so it sets you up for the 3 or... You can actually build like 4 or 7 on Kilik now.
Yeah.
With this card.
Yeah.
And then destroy down to it, and then do another minus difficulty later.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Could you? I mean, this card plus his action plus his effect plus the asset mean. I mean, I'm not positive that any deck could handle 4 low for 6s that are essentially 3 difficulty.
They're all at +2 damage because of all these effects.
Right. So like
they're all 4 low 8s.
yeah.
That's 32 damage if you don't have a low block.
Yeah. And it's so easy to not get
And that's
just
free.
not get caught
Like
with a
you
low
draw
block.
2 cards, that's free.
Absolutely.
Imagine comboing off with that in Fae, where it's like it's a 6 low for 8, or it's a 6 low for or it's a 4 low for 10.
Yeah.
It'd be good in Fae.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on since we talked about them before. Forbidden Moonset. Wow, the card's hype.
This card's hype.
It's a 5/3. This is ultra attack. 5/3, 2 high block, 3 high for 6 damage. It's got Fury, Safe, and Weapon. No surprises. Enhance : this attack loses Safe and gains Powerful 5.
Neat.
And enhance, add one of your opponent's foundations to their hand. If you have 6 or fewer foundations, you may add one card from your hand to your momentum. So let's go down a couple of the game mechanics. Fury and Weapon are just descriptors on the card. They are keyword traits, not keyword abilities, but Safe is actually a keyword ability that says this card cannot be, your opponent cannot play a reversal to this card. So the fact that it loses Safe is kind of a big deal, except that it's not, because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if the Safe keyword falls off and is added back, it's added back after it resolves.
Yeah, this card was poorly worded. It needed to say this attack loses Safe for the turn.
Yeah.
I think the only reason why it loses Safe is in case you had something that like added a Safe attack back to your hand, but all of his stuff says Safe or Weapon.
Totally.
So I don't know what the point of losing Safe. I think it only is for like a thematic kind of thing.
That's kind of how I feel too.
Because in the game when he goes into like his crazy kill mode,
Yeah.
he doesn't worry about saving himself or any of his friends.
Mm-hmm.
He just goes and kills whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the biggest thing about this is like it losing Safe is not an ability unless there's something that like specifically stops the Safe keyword, which I can't think of anything, except for like maybe something that says like printed keywords or whatnot. Like this card's actually playable in Ivy because of it.
Oh yeah,
because of it
true.
losing Safe, it would then only have 2 keywords.
No.
Oh, but it gains Powerful 5.
Gains Powerful
Just
5.
kidding.
Yeah.
But
Nice try.
this card
Oof.
fuels its own momentum.
Yeah, it adds 1 momentum itself, and I think the best part of this, it's literally what was that foundation?
Ever
hopeful.
hopeful.
It's literally
actually
ever
just
hopeful
ever
on an
hopeful.
attack that you get to spam. If they have multiple problems, you're like, I'm gonna play this card 3 times, get rid of all your problems,
Yeah.
and he builds you 3
That's
times.
actually really nuts. And at the very end, you're like, oh, and I've added all these cards to my momentum.
Here's a powerful 5, 20 damage.
Yep.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, it is good
GG.
though. It is good though that like he does not give any stats or any speed
Any
stats.
Speed. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the most important thing.
Yeah,
Like,
Um,
everything's blockable.
and all of his attacks are fairly reasonable when it comes to stats.
And he's very easy to get stopped from revoke, it seems, or not revoke, out of your league. Anything that cancels responses.
Yeah, or even stop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, stop will get him.
Yep. Stop gets him good.
Anything you want to add about this one, Travis?
No, those cards just
No.
Travis, yeah.
The card's sweet. I like it.
Inherently good.
Moving on, we're gonna move on to rushing waterfall. This card's.
This is his best attack.
You think so?
Yes.
Well,
I'm calling it now.
We'll get into it. It's a 4/3 with a 3 mid block. It's a 4 mid for 3 damage. It has safe, weapon, and combo, with the combo requirements being weapon. Combo enhance, reveal one safe or weapon attack from your hand, : your next card ignores progressive difficulty. Only playable if you have 6 or fewer foundations. Enhance, : oh man. Enhance, : draw 2 cards. Only playable if you have played at least 2 copies of this attack this turn. So
That seems really difficult.
This card is fantastic.
yeah, this card is gonna make him not a 6 or 5-hander for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, oh my god, I'm already thinking like you play bow whatever, or
Dirty boy.
or how about this? You play as ultra rare, you selectively debuild this venomous that they have, and then you play this combo attack. You draw two. You don't draw 2 yet. You combo, reveal any attack. Your next card's going to ignore. You lift this back by revealing that same attack. You play it. It ignores. On a 4, you draw 2 cards. You make your next card ignore. You play the action for free.
Yeah.
You add it back. You play it again on a 4 because it ignores -2 difficulty.
Yeah.
And then you draw another 2 cards.
Yeah.
And then your next card ignores. And then you...
Well, it can't ignore if you play the action. We have to figure out a way to get rid of the action out of the card pool because we don't combo with a weapon. That other card is
Well, we could
Fury.
just play another attack.
Yeah, totally.
Our character gets -4 difficulty as well.
A -5 actually.
Oh,
-3 and 2. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
It's even better than you thought.
Yep.
I think cards like this card alone makes me very glad that Lilith 1.'s rotating. There's a lot of really, really crazy stuff that you can do with this card, especially when it comes to like playing more than one copy. Like we get to play like static build-up with this character, and so like if you block one thing, you get to block it all, and everything gets just a smidge faster. And so after you block that one thing, he's gonna pummel you with the same attack over and over again. And
Yep.
because you got that card in the card pool, it's more damage.
Wait, you know what? I'd more scared of this card than Lilith too, because this card says
Very much so.
your next safe attack ignores progressive difficulty.
Is her throw safe?
I'm pretty sure
No,
Swallow
no.
Your Soul is safe.
It just says your next card ignores progressive difficulty.
Oh,
Oh,
next-
that's right. That's right.
your next card, but
Yeah.
Yep.
So you get to
Yeah.
play Swallow Your Soul. This is a 3 damage attack, ignoring progressive at the end of your chain.
Yeah.
So
How many of her attacks are weapons? Weapons are safe. Do we know?
I know Swallow is safe. I'm pretty sure Swallow.
Tyler,
is
could you look
safe.
that up? on
Swallow
Ultra?
Your Soul is safe.
Yeah. There's a bunch of really cool stuff that you can do. All right, so now that Tyler's done walking in front of the camera, we're gonna talk about Destiny Awakened. It's a 2/5 with a 4 low block. It says R, destroy 1 foundation, : after this card is added to your staging area, gain 3 vitality. Enhance, : if there are 6 or fewer foundations in your staging area, your safe or weapon attack gets +1 speed.
Anyways,
There's that speed we were talking about, huh?
there's that speed we're talking about, huh? This card's also amazing to get out of deadlock. So they can hear me. Calm
You'd be
down.
surprised. You'd be surprised.
Anyways, it's a very good anti-deadlock card.
It is. It is. If you're at like 10 foundations and you gotta
You
stay
need to
at
play
10,
a card.
you have to play a card. This card's a good one, especially because it gains you 3 life. Normally at deadlock, I mean, blows have been laid.
Yep.
What's your opinions on this card?
I think this card is sweet. Specifically under the life symbol, because we still have Patriot stance in standard when this card comes out.
True.
So this says destroy a foundation to gain 4 vitality.
Yeah. I like this card a lot. It kind of offsets his action, which is what I feel is the point of this, as well as it gives us speed, and this is spammable. It just says enhance : it doesn't say commit or any of that noise. And so if we
Spam speed is good.
If we are playing these, in the prior card, I used the example of static buildup. I'm not positive we need static buildup if we have this card. Or we could run both.
Yeah, I mean,
Or yeah,
Yeah.
stats are stats.
Stats are stats.
free stats or free stats.
It should be this one next. We're going to move on to last of the Ling Shing Su. Did I say that right? I'm going with it. It is a
Yep.
2/5 with a 2 mid block. Enhance, commit, gain 1 vitality. Only playable if you have 6 or fewer foundations. Enhance, destroy, your safe attack gets +3 damage. Playable while committed. I like this card a lot.
Yet again, another card that works with Patriot stance.
True.
Mm.
Patriot Stance has 2 symbols, right?
Uh,
Earth is its off symbol. It's got life and order.
Yeah.
I don't like the first ability.
I think the first ability is fine. I think they needed to find an ability that said enhance commit so that the second ability was fair. I mean, if it just said enhance destroy, your safe attack is +3 damage, I'm not positive it would be played. But, I mean,
It would have to be like a 0/6 with a 2 mid block and that ability in order to see play.
and you know who doesn't need 0 checks or 6 checks? Kilik. Kilik does not need 6s.
Oh, but we're about to see one.
Yeah, we are, aren't we?
Yes,
I think the gain 1 life is fine. I don't think it's game busters. We're not. It's
I don't
nothing
think
to
this
write
card
home
will see
about.
play.
Really?
I do not. I think that it does not work with what he wants to do that well, other than giving stat like 3 damage.
Okay.
So I don't think it'll be played.
It's fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, with that said, like I don't have very much to talk about it, so like I have to agree with you. It's but at the same time, like
It's very basic, but
at the very end of your chain, you've tapped completely out, and you're just like, oh man, this safe attack that you've had to block all the other ones, and it's just barely gonna kill you. Well, now it's definitely gonna kill you because +3 damage.
I don't know what world you think they're blocking everything, but
Hey man,
he's slinging like 9 attacks on turn 2.
Hey,
at this
man,
point,
it could
on,
happen.
like 3 foundations.
it could happen.
The one cool thing I can think of with this card is if you play it in A and K, and you can re-ready it to gain 1. Just I'll commit it, I'll ready it, gain 1, just keep gaining 1.
I mean, if we're doing that though, like the issue that we have is it's just gain 1 and only playable if you have 6 or fewer. Whenever I saw James play ANK, he never had 6 foundations ever. Like he had 6 foundations on turn 1, and then he always went into deadlock.
I mean, we're also talking about James.
I get it, but he's the only one who's ever had success with that card. So, I think we're gonna move on to our very last foundation, and that is Manifestation. It is a 1/6 with a 2 high block. It has just static text that says, after this card is committed due to a stun ability or to pay the cost of your ability, your opponent commits 1 foundation. I hate this card. And here's why. Because of the phrase or to pay the cost of your ability, I think that has nothing to do with Kilik. If he had some sort of card that said enhance commit a foundation, I'd be down.
Oh,
that's
most
just-
definitely.
that's
That
just-
doesn't need to be there.
That's just shoehorned on. I'm super down for it. If it's committed due to an effect, they commit 1, I'm down. But the fact of it randomly has to pay cost, it's kind of lame.
Yeah.
It already does a lot.
Yeah.
So Johnny loves this card. Donovan loves this card.
This card's just better in other characters.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Which is why I'm like, why is that part on here? Like I totally get you trying to stun out my board on a reversal, or you trying to stun out my board. We'll just talk about the elephant in the room. Missile
Man.
launcher on turn 2, and I'm just like, tap your whole board. You don't get to play any more cards. You could even fail foundations after this. I think that's incredible. That's very, very good.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a 1/6 with a 2 high block, so I don't know why you wouldn't play it in stuff, especially if you need more spam.
Yeah,
Order-
people are running Fallen Master and aren't using the enhance on it.
Yeah,
So
totally.
Why would they not run this card that actually has a good ability?
Man.
Order and life. Maybe not life, but order definitely needed this card as a
Yeah.
1/6.
Order definitely did. Water probably didn't.
No,
but
I agree. It doesn't quite do enough in water. Like, why would you play this? Why would you play this card over like God of Thunder or something? That does the job.
Yeah. Man, Lilith 2 also loves this card because she can commit this as cost.
Yeah, that's really lame.
And
for a
then
check? Oh
yeah,
no.
that's really lame. That's
Yeah.
super duper lame. And it's a 6 to like just extend harder.
Yeah.
Well, that was all of Kilik's support. Scale of 1 to 10, how do you do?
This character is like a 9.
yeah.
Yeah.
This character is like a 9.
I think this character will be
9.5.
one of the. So if you remember Kim back in the day,
Yeah.
this character is gonna be about as good as what he was.
Interesting.
So if you really liked Kim, you just play this guy. You're gonna kill your opponent the same way, but faster.
If you want to see our full character meta-analysis breakdown, go out to patreon.com/TCG University, and as soon as the entire set releases, we're going to be filming all of those and getting up our, it's called Crash Course, right?
Cram session. What?
Cram Session.
Yes.
I
Cram
don't,
session.
I've messed up my whole thing because they're both
Every
CCs.
time.
My vote is Crash Course. I think that sounds right.
Crash Course?
No,
It's
no,
Cram
no,
Session. It's Cram Session
definitely
for
Cram
sure.
Session.
It's Cram Session. Go out I don't know what we're doing. Cram Session to get our full meta-analysis of not just Kilik, but every single Soul Calibur character. So with that, stay on, guys.
Get learned.
Been learned.
See ya.